I think they're even better. I said last year was a great team, and I think people, I said maybe his best team ever. I think people think I was just saying that leading up to the game. But then you look and, they run the table and not really close games. I think somebody said, in the last 2 years, only Florida and Ole Miss have scored over 24 points against them. So, and I think they're better on defense. With the Tennessee linebacker, added in. 31's now older. He's good as any rusher in the country, so we'll have our hands full. Nick Saban, Alabama's been around a long time. They hadn't won like this, for a long time, or won big for a long time. So it's not like it's just a school; it's one person. So he's been able to maintain it through tons of different players, tons of different coaches, more coaching turnover than I bet anybody's ever had, and so. It's by the way that he works, and probably more important than anything, the way that he recruits. They got great players. I think last year we played them here, and they had 6 first-rounders. We had 2 draft picks. So he's dominated in recruiting, and now with free agency, he gets to add on to that. And he said it himself when first asked about free agency that it's going to make the rich richer, and he was right.
All right, welcome in. It is the Jay Barker Show here on this Tuesday edition. We got Tony Curry, Tuesday with Tony Curry Radio Network, and also K-Cast Radio. We are presented by Top Golf. Get out to Top Golf of Birmingham today. You'll absolutely love it. Caught the bowling of this generation, and for family, coworkers, and friends, Top Golf of Birmingham. You'll love it. The experience, the food, the fun, and all the drinks as well. Just a great time out at Top Golf of Birmingham. Also driven by Sunny King Ford on the sunny side of the street. Get out and see Tony Russell and all the great folks at Sunny King Ford. All right, also welcome in Matt Coulter back with us today as well, and look forward to diving into this Alabama-Ole Miss matchup coming up this weekend, as well as Tom Brady going back to New England when it comes to the NFL. And I've got Tony over here messing with Matt already. I don't have you up on camera yet, but about to in a second.
We've known each other a long time, but not that long.
Oh yes, we have. Man, this may be one of the best college/pro football weekends I've ever seen, and I've been around for 55 years. When you look at the matchups in the SEC and the pros, it's going to be fantastic. Well, you got storylines all the place. You got UAB opening Protective Life on Saturday. I mean, it's going to be just an absolute killer Saturday and Sunday of football. And
I'm absolutely fascinated what's going to happen between my little piggies and them Bulldogs.
18 and a half, getting no.
It's zero. Jay.
I mean, a better shot at knocking off the defending champs than Arkansas knocking off Georgia.
No respect
according to Las Vegas.
Soundly defeating
What's
Texas
the line?
A&M.
No respect. Goodness gracious.
I mean, zip. I mean, Ole Miss is 14 and a half.
On the other side, have you seen Georgia?
UAB has,
They're real good.
Defense is really good. Offense still, to me, a little suspect.
I'm still trying to figure out that Clemson Georgia game at the beginning of the season. I'm looking back at that game going, because Clemson ain't scoring against anybody. I mean, it's crazy. It's been a weird year already.
It has been. Talking about this past weekend, and we get your take just on Alabama, their win, how big they won, some of the numbers they put up. Tony, your thoughts just on Alabama right now, 3 games in.
Yeah, and growing up, and of course, I did the show with this guy named Jay Barker, and when we started our show,
growing up,
he was the last one.
Familiar for
he was
some
the
reason.
last one to have won a national title when we started our show, and I remember him coming in every year and saying, Southern Miss, them Golden Turkeys, always play Alabama tough.
Yeah.
And those days were over. Those days are over. I think Alabama was licking itself just a little bit after that tough win. If there's a possibility of calling anything a tough win, being down there in the swamp, and you knew they were going to come out and they were going to have their T's crossed and their I's dotted, and they did that against Southern Miss this past weekend, and so that was not really a surprise. The Auburn game, I think, was a little bit of a humdinger. I was in the car listening to Stan, our good friend, call that ball game. But Alabama.
Tony, you're shaking my camera over there.
Sorry. Take care of business. I'm sorry. I'm a little.
Not to mention how much
I'm having some
that nose is taking up.
I know, right? I just
between your nose and the glare off my bald head. This is not a TV show.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good way on occasion.
So, tell everybody about Tony Curry Radio Network as well as KCast Radio, all that you got going on. I love to start the show with that, just kind of give people a taste of what's going on at Tony Curry's. Everybody asks about you all the time. What's Tony doing? What's he up to now? And I tell them, and then finally they go in and check out what you're doing, and they're like, "Man, I'm hooked into the KCast Radio and now the Tony Curry Radio Network."
Thank you very much, and it was great seeing you on Friday at the golf tournament. By the way, it was what a wonderful golf tournament that was, and ran into a lot of people, including Wim Sanderson and a bunch of other people that I hadn't seen in a long time. But I had a great time. And people were like, "What are you doing now?" And I'm like, "I'm retired. I'm just playing golf 7 days a week." And just no, we got the Tony Curry Radio Network. It's called TKR and formerly KCast Radio, and we started this classic rock station about 2 years ago. And I had this vision on how it would evolve into unique programming, much like Jay's got right here with the Jay Barker Radio Network. And so we're starting these unique shows in the next couple of weeks. We have a pet show we're going to be doing. We have a show with Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. It's going to start in a couple of weeks with Austin Hanks from Slick Lily. It's a blues show we're doing. We have a Damon Johnson show coming up with Leonard Skinner. They're all going to be unique to the Tony
What kind of pet show are you doing?
It's called the Rossbridge Animal Hospital Dark Side of the Pooch.
Dark Side of the Pooch. Yeah, that is an awesome name.
Yeah, I got a good friend of mine, Dr. Rab Stewart, who is one of the coolest, nicest guys you'll ever meet, and he started his own business out there at Rossbridge Animal Hospital, and we started doing the show about a year ago just to kind of see how it went. And it's beyond just pet care. It's like, my dog has fleas, help me. It's way beyond those things. We talk about pet psychology, we talk about physical attributes and everything else, and we get into it. COVID-19, obviously.
How do you do pet psychology? Like, how do you sit and talk to a pet about psychology?
You'd be surprised.
They lay down on a couch and
pretty much so.
Really?
You just ring a bell and show them food,
pretty much so.
And see if they salivate.
Dr. Rab has got some amazing stories about animals. I will share one with you off air.
Is he Dr. Doolittle?
He is beyond Dr.
Is he really?
Yeah. But he is fantastic. He's a great guy. I love him to death. And 30 minutes with him goes by. And the pet industry now is like an $8 billion. It was $4 billion before COVID. Now because everyone was getting puppies and kitties, and we need an animal around here because we were all home. And those animals got used to us being around. And now all of a sudden we're going back to work, or some of us are trying to go back to work. And our animals are having anxiety, depression. Yeah, all kinds of issues.
I keep Laura's dog, Ted, and he will be waiting at that door when I come home.
You keep Laura's dog?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of my place in life now, Tony. I sit in his chair. I sit for his dog. And I come up here anytime Jay Barker calls me. I've come a long way since Talladega Nights.
Ted, he loves coming in to AVX.
To
be around everybody. Like, he runs in, and you have to drag him going out. He's like a little bit dog, So we'll have to show Ted one day, since now we got the live feeds going.
I almost brought him.
Did you? Yeah. So I thought at first maybe we were talking about Ed's Pet World, that you're going to do like a show with Ed, and you're going to have all these crazy.
That is certainly something that we could do with Seth and the group down there.
Like exotic.
Yeah.
I
told him he should do a show called Reptile Dysfunction. And
you guys are good at this name game.
Yeah. And that would be a unique name, as well as I think he could do it. He's trying to get the UAB Blazers, let him carry a lizard.
Get out there and get that Tegu down there. And I'm just going to show up at the game on Saturday. If you see some guy running across the field, a protective life with a Tegu on his shoulder, marking him, who we had on our show this morning, I told him, I said, I'm bringing the Tegu down. He's like, don't come near that stadium with that lizard. And I said, stop. He's not going to have me arrested.
How big is it?
It's about 4 feet.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Glad you don't bring.
Goes over your shoulder, doesn't spit. It's docile. It has no reptile dysfunction to it at all.
So it's not a redneck.
No, it does not. No, it's all good. And I said, the ESPN cameras will be all over that. You can thank me later.
All right,
I mean, that's right in line with their mascot.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Cowboys last night, get it done. Big win for them. And for the first time, you watched Peyton and Eli.
Boy, I did. And then this morning I got up and I started looking at the Twitter feed, and they said, boy, Saban really knows how to go after Arch Manning. Mm-hmm. And I started thinking, wow, he just won up the world again. Mm-hmm. There he is with both of his uncles. And I thoroughly enjoyed the show.
Did you like the double birds?
I liked everything about it. It was a fascinating show. And again, Nick Saban appearing there has given Alabama and himself more exposure. He doesn't miss anything, does he, Tony?
He really does. He doesn't need social media.
Eli's funny though. He was doing the shuffle or whatever, doing the quarterback thing. They put it to Mexican music online.
Oh,
it was great.
I didn't see every single part of it, but I did see Dak Prescott be about as impressive as I've seen him as a Cowboy.
Were you surprised? I mean,
well.
You're a quarterback, Jay. You know these guys. I'm pleasantly surprised just how charismatic Eli is. Because on the football field, he just looked like he just always had that look on his face, like he was kind of a whiner, didn't get in anyone's face. He's funny.
He never stopped smiling throughout the entire broadcast.
And I cannot believe he did that last night. I could not believe it. And I cannot believe that he knew he was going to do that last night.
He did a double on camera.
Double bird on the camera.
Jalen Hurts ended up 25 for 39 last night, 326 yards, 2 touchdowns, but the 2 interceptions were costly. Quarterback rating of 86, and then Dak Prescott, 21 of 26, 238, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and ends up with a 30.8 QBR, but RTG at 143.3. So pretty amazing as far as his night as well. Production and also I think leadership. I mean, I think guys really buying in to Dak Prescott for the Dallas Cowboys. You know, feeling that they're going to win when he's behind center, and his comeback from not only the injuries last year, what happened to shoulder in camp, and really working his way back. He said probably working himself more mentally, psychologically during that period of time to get him better to where he can perform at the level he's performing right now.
If you're a Cowboys fan, you love seeing Zeke go off for 95 yards too, just a good chance to roll in that 2-headed monster now, the Dallas Cowboys running backs. Look out.
Zeke is just a beast. What do you have, 95 yards? And just he keeps wanting to feed me the ball. The Cowboys are going to be a lot to reckon with this year.
Fully Promoted, one of our great sponsors. Want to tell you about them. Do you struggle with finding new ideas for branding, maybe marketing your business? Is your organization trying to find unique items that people really like to receive and use? In today's competitive business environment, your brand needs to stand out and to get noticed. Fully Promoted offers extensive branding marketing solutions to get your name in front of your potential customers. They have local experts that specialize in putting your logo on apparel, team gear, hats, promotional products, trade show items, and printed materials. They provide access to samples that you can actually touch and feel, and personalized service to assist you with product selection and also decoration methods, taking your brand to the next level. Call Fully Promoted today at 205-406-6430. Mention that you heard this ad on the Jay Barker Show for a special offer. That's 205-406-6430, 406-6430. Are you fully promoted? All right, Tony Curry from KCast Radio, Tony Curry Radio Network, Matt Coulter, I'm Jay Barker. You're listening to the Jay Barker Show live from AVX. Audio Video Excellence continues on the other side.
You're listening to the Jay Barker Show live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
The best sports talk in the state. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Dell's semi-annual sale is the perfect opportunity for a significant business upgrade. Save up to 45% on Dell computers built for business with Windows 10 Pro. Plus, enjoy special pricing on Dell docks, monitors, servers, and more, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Succeed anywhere with Windows 10 Pro. Speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today to find the right tech for your business with fast, free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Don't miss a play at the Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Your front row seat to all the action. Place bets on all professional and most college sports at the counter, kiosk, or on your phone. Then catch the game on one of our 20 big screens from the comfort of the newly remodeled Timeout Lounge. Plus, the PRR Sports app gives you access to live, in-play sports betting. Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Be more than a fan. Be a player. Must be 21.
What's better than a new car or SUV? It's only one set of vehicles, a Townsend Nissan CPO certified pre-owned vehicle. They help you make an intelligent vehicle selection. And yes, they have all the rewards with a nationwide factory warranty up to 100,000 miles or 7 years. And best of all, free roadside assistance for up to 100,000 miles or 7 years. Now that's peace of mind nationwide. Plus, super low finance rates up to 72 months. And right now, your current vehicle is worth so much more. Don't wait. Shop your local family in the car business, Townsend Nissan, located right here in Titletown.
But we have a truck leaving with a big order on Tuesday.
Tina's floor manager retired, leaving her tortilla factory flat out.
What do you mean she's on a silent retreat?
She must fill the role and all those orders.
Who's gonna oversee production?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
High prices don't get you a great network. A great network gets you a great network. It's why Total Wireless runs on the largest, most dependable network, now with 5G. And for a limited time, we're doubling your high-speed data on our $35 unlimited plan from 5 gigs to 10. So you can double your binging, your scrolling, your everything. Total Wireless. Do amazing. Available at Total Wireless stores. Capable device and SIM required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. Offer ends 12/31/2021. First 10 gigs at high speed, then 2G. Terms and conditions at totalwireless.com/terms.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Tuscaloosa Tire and Service. They've got the big brands you know and trust. Goodyear, Firestone, Bridgestone, Cooper, and they can finance for you as well. When you need routine maintenance and alignment, a tune-up, whatever it is, belts, hoses, just basic stuff, or when you don't know what's wrong with your car, truck, or SUV, make it Tuscaloosa Tire and Service. They're dependable. They're trustworthy. That's why they've lasted for over 36 years. Skyland Boulevard, McFarland Boulevard East in Northport on Lurleen Wallace Boulevard. Check out the website, TuscaloosaTireandService.com.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
A warm afternoon with a good supply of sunshine. The high 87. Clear tonight, the low 67. Tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny, the high 89. And for Thursday, the chance of a few isolated showers. Most places will stay dry. Otherwise, partly sunny, the high 86. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 83 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
Hey, Coach Saban, thanks for coming on the show. Hey, I got one quick question for you. Coach, what would your defensive strategy be for a team that has a quarterback that's playing really well? They run an up-tempo offense and do a lot of RPOs. How would you try to defend that?
Coach, don't answer that. It's an unprofessional question. Y'all play Ole Miss this week. Eli's trying to get info to help his alma mater. I'm not going to let you answer that.
Coach, I had a couple great battles with you in college, and we had, you won the big one in 2003 that y'all ended up going to the SEC championship, winning a national title. But I think there was one time we played down in LSU. I think you were a little distracted that game. There was someone in the crowd with a giant head that was wearing a cowboy hat. So I think, I don't know if we have that video. I think you were just a little distracted. We were able to get that win in Baton Rouge.
You guys played very well, but I told you this story this summer, and I'll tell it again. I had a great
there
aunt.
It is. There's that hat.
Yes, I recognized the hat and the guy in the hat. And she told me,
Coach Eli got to dig in on me. You have a tradition of taking your players tubing. Now, tell me this. You learn a lot about the player, what kind of athlete he is, whether he can stay on the tube or not. Tell me what you think of Eli now after you just tossed him and flipped him.
Well, that was a payback for that game where you just had the cowboy hat on for 250 yards or whatever, and 3 touchdowns. So I never forgot that. But I will say that it was very average athletic ability, very average AA to say the least. He didn't last very long. I gave him a little trouble, and then as soon as we got going, he was gone.
I've never heard a 60-year-old man giggle so much while driving a boat and just tossing me over and over. I mean, the video guys kept like, "Oh, we didn't get that one. You got to do it again." Saban was like, "No problem. I can do this all day." Great play by the Oklahoma quarterback right there, and Jalen Hurts.
Alabama. Oh, that hurts. Hey, please flip him again for that little shot. All right, Jalen Hurts is an Alabama quarterback. Eli, come on, give me a break.
All right, welcome back in. Monday Night Football last night. And again, Coach Saban on with Eli and Peyton. Again, a show that, just started this year and one that has garnered a ton of recognition, a lot of viewership. a lot of replays like that as well on social media. People taking certain things they've said or done and creating some really cool memes as well as videos and stuff. But Coach Saban taking advantage of, as Matt said yesterday, so this is brilliant. He said, he listed 4 people. What do they have in common? And that was right when they announced that Coach Saban was going to be coming on Monday Night Football with Eli and Peyton, and had no clue what he was talking about because of all the different people. But it shows you the difference, or the amount of reach that they're having all across sports, college, pro, and you're going to see probably even more celebrities. It's becoming more like, Tony, the Monday Night Football we remember.
Do you remember Mystery Science
Yes,
Theater 3000?
Yeah, it was funny. I still find it every
That got
once
it
in a while.
all this started. And then you got into the Beavis and Butthead thing where they're watching videos.
Yeah.
Now they do the Vibe thing on TBS on Friday nights. You've got celebrities, in this particular case, a couple of quarterbacks in the National Football League, watching something and commenting on it during, not necessarily making fun of the telecast, but actually talking themselves through it. And it's brilliant. It's a brilliant move. Then you throw in a Nick Saban or a Russell Wilson in there. It's a great show. It's much more watchable than the actual Monday Night Football broadcast itself, because we can watch. We tried this a couple of years ago where we had no announcers. Radio's gone that way. Radio just doesn't have announcers anymore unless you're really good, like the Jay Barker Radio Network or the Tony Curry Radio Network or the Matt Coulter Radio Network.
Soon to be.
But when you've got great content, you can pull it off. But for the most part, we're getting to the point where we don't really need announcers because we can watch it, we can hear it. We're in bars, we can't hear it anyway. To hear those two guys get after it, it's fantastic television. It's great.
Well, they throw up so many graphics now and bugs that you can watch a football game and really not have announcers, which I don't like very much because, that's kind of what I've been doing for 40-something years. But the other players that I mentioned were Barkley, Russell Wilson, and Brett Favre. And then Saban follows them. And first of all, he's very articulate. And I think he's misunderstood to a certain extent, Jay. He's pretty darn funny.
Oh, Saban?
Yeah.
Oh, he's hilarious. If you get him in certain situations where he'll open up, loosen up, and Tony's been in some of those situations before, but the best times I've ever had were if I was with him one-on-one in his office or just with a couple of people. But he knows that there is a certain level of persona that he has to keep, I guess, and with all the police escort. I mean, all the coaches do that in order to kind of get this kind of aura around it and create that for whether it be the fans or the student athletes they're trying to recruit. But yeah, he's he's actually a great storyteller. Really good storyteller when he starts talking about his dad and talking about things in his life that he's been through. But the Eli Peyton thing, as you said, when it's radio, and I agree with you, I hate I love broadcast. I love listening to a great broadcaster describe the setting at a baseball game, at a football game, on a basketball court. In radio, you had the theater of the mind. Now that you have TV in every angle possible, if you know the game at all, you get to see a lot that you didn't see back even when TV was just beginning, so you needed still more descriptions about what was happening at that point in time. But I agree with you, Matt. I hate what we've seen in journalism, what we're seeing in broadcasting. The world has just changed and so much, so many ways, and for good in a lot of ways. I mean, what we're doing right now, going live on Bamainsider.com and being able to do our YouTube live on air while we're doing our radio show across a network of stations. I mean, we would have dreamed of that, Tony, back in the opening drive days.
Well, the fact that during the pandemic era, you had the majority of teams sitting in the studio.
Yeah.
Calling games from Connecticut or from
That's not going to end.
And there's no reason to end.
They're going to keep
all they got to
doing
do is filter the microphones just enough to make it sound like they're on location. I can't tell the difference.
A little ambient sound, a little background.
I can't tell the difference. They're going to save money on airfare. I mean, go for it. But I mean, yeah.
Well, they're going to have remote cameras now too, and the crews are going to go from 80 to 15.
Yeah.
They're going to have a guy in a truck switching the cameras, and that's about it.
Yeah, well, even the cameras down in high school. I mean, they've got them on basketball courts with the company GoFan that I'm involved in. One of our sister companies is the NFHS Network. You know about it.
Yeah, I've worked with them.
You've actually worked with them because you've done the broadcasting for it. So the cameras sit up in the gymnasiums, or you can put them on a football field, and they just follow the motion. Nobody even has to do it. And I've told Matt this would be a great way for broadcasters in high school like yourself. Both you guys probably, I know you were in it, broadcasting from the time you were, 13, 14 years old, that you would have a chance to practice and really get to become a good broadcaster in high school, have fun. Could you imagine having your classmates and maybe making fun of a player or whatever, just having a good time? And I think that's going to allow a lot of these type of things to happen.
Television news anchors already have it.
Yeah.
They don't have anybody behind the cameras, and they hit their
Oh,
own. They hit
and
their
you
own
know what?
teleprompter.
Is that what they're doing on the iPads?
They
They're not looking stuff up. They're moving the cameras around.
Man, you used to get into a television station at 6 o'clock. There were 14 people running around, hitting things,
There
lights,
was a
everything
floor
else. Now
director,
it's
there
two
was a
people.
camera, there was a teleprompter
They
person.
don't talk to each
Now
other
you
during
operate
breaks.
the teleprompter with your foot, I think.
Yeah.
And then they have all remote cameras. And that's not really all that new. They were developing that at the end of my days at Channel 13. But even your and my first experience in radio, rock and roll disc jockeys, queuing up 45s, playing commercials. And when you came to Birmingham, the reason, was it Rock 99 then? Or was it Kate? Okay. One of the reasons it was popular is because they had an afternoon guy that would, afternoon drive guy that would get after it.
24
There's
hours a day.
nobody live in the afternoons anymore unless it's talk radio.
Nope, 24 hours a day. 3 o'clock in the morning, you
Orlando.
call. Orlando would answer the phone. Yep. Or he'd have a guest in the studio.
Hey, when the Southern Miss game came up this weekend, does it go back to 1990 every time?
I think about it every stinking time.
It's up to our audience what you did in 1990.
1990, Gene Stallings' first season. He's come from Arizona.
there.
People were talking about the disciple of one Bear Bryant, and they were super happy to have him, despite the fact that he had a losing record in the National Football League. He loses the first game against Southern Miss. Then he loses the second game against, I believe it was Georgia. Then he loses the third game. Or no, I think it was Florida second. Then it was Georgia, because I think Georgia, they had a 9-point advantage in the fourth quarter. Anyway, Georgia goes for 2. They end up getting the thing. So they lose those first 3 games. I stayed on a billboard after Southern Miss. When they lost the Southern Miss game, Alabama doesn't lose to Southern Miss. And I got together with my boss. We'd had a couple pops, and he's like, we need to do something with the flagship station. I said, what if I sat on a billboard up in the corner of Green Springs and West Valley until Alabama wins a football game, knowing that they were going to win that next week?
It's funny. It was right across the street from that ballet place. Out there on that
West Valley Ballet. He goes, you'll be up there.
Ballet
We had just hired a guy named Paul Castronovo who was doing mornings. He had no clue, and no one knew I was going to be up on that board. Not even Kerry Lambert knew it. So I got up there Monday morning, about 5:30 in the morning. People started calling in the radio station, said there's some knucklehead up there. This is before social media, thank gosh. And I got up there and thought, I'll sit up here till Saturday and I'll come down. They lost again. And then they lost again.
Yeah.
And so thank goodness for Vanderbilt. Game number 4.
You can never do that now. You'd have to sign your life away.
Oh, first of all, the billboard company wouldn't let you do it.
Yeah, you're right. The radio station definitely.
Jay, I climbed up there with Tony one Saturday night. Back when the South Side was just ripping. Well, I said, let's all go see Tony. And we went over there, and you climbed up there, and I went, Tony, why are you doing this? Because it was looked that far from the ground.
It's 30 feet.
You get up there. I don't want
18 inches of scaffolding, weighed 18 inches.
I think I brought you something. Can't really remember what it was, but
a lot of people brought me a lot of things up there.
Were you strapped in?
I was strapped in.
Yeah,
I did Jesus still come.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got to.
I go out the back to take care of business, come back around the front.
Yeah.
People throwing oranges.
31 years ago.
That's crazy. Yep. All right, Tony Curry and Matt Coulter in studio. We come back. I want to talk about the Georgia-Arkansas game. I think very intriguing, looking at number 2 and now number 8, Arkansas. It's crazy that they're number 8 in the country. And this UAB Liberty game coming up this Saturday will be a huge thing at Protected Stadium for UAB Blazers and Bill Clark. Mark Ingram's going to join us coming up on Thursday. He normally with us on Tuesday, but he'll with us on Thursday. So look forward to visiting with him. He was with Tony this morning on KCAST Radio and the Tony Curry Radio Network. Hey, Local Realty, one of our great sponsors here on the Jay Barker Show. Jeremy and Gina Miller, I can't say enough about them and their family, just the team they've put together. They're a phenomenal group of people, and they want to help you when it comes to making money selling your home, not just saving you money, but making you money. They charge what's called a flat fee. It's $2,900 for a $500,000 listing. At Local Realty, you're going to save thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands of dollars when it comes to selling your home with Local Realty. Go to localrealtyflatfee.com, localrealtyflatfee.com for more information about Local Realty, a 5-star Zillow rating. Unbelievable, with almost 1,000 testimonials. Also, they've sold over 1,000 homes since 2016 in the Metro Birmingham area. They're expanding all throughout the state. This company continues to grow. They're saving people money. It's your equity, your money. You're the one who deserves to get the savings and what you get with that sale of the home. To $2,900, again, up to a $500,000 listing with Local Realty. Go to localrealtyflatfee.com. That's localrealtyflatfee.com for more information on Local Realty. All right, we'll return. Stay with us. More to come. We'll talk UAB and their first game against Liberty, Georgia, Arkansas. That matchup 2 versus 8 in the SEC. We'll be back.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
1 in 7 men will face prostate cancer. Nearly 500 new cases are diagnosed every day in the U.S. Traditional treatments can cause erectile dysfunction and urinary incontinence. But now there's a new option, high-intensity focused ultrasound, or HIFU.
Men who are really looking for an option that really preserves their urinary and sexual function are great candidates for HIFU treatment.
Preserve your quality of life. Call 866-4-VITURO or visit VituroHealth.com.
Hi, it's Jay Barker for AVX, Audio Video Excellence. They are the premier provider for custom audio-visual design and installation in the Southeast. AVX seeks excellence in everything it does, including a superior employee experience. AVX offers employees an industry-leading salary, insurance benefits, and 401k options. AVX technicians also receive the highest level of certification and continue training, making it one of the most awarded and decorated companies in the industry. Career opportunities are available now for technicians in Birmingham and Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Join the AVX team by contacting them at avxinc.com.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. If you're average and you're looking for a new pair of running or walking shoes, I suggest you go to an average shoe store where they'll sell you a pair of average shoes built for the average person with average size feet. But here's the thing, you're not average. No one is. We all exercise differently. We run differently. We walk differently. And our feet come in all sorts of widths and lengths. That's why at the New Balance Birmingham store, we employ fit specialists who will conduct an in-depth analysis of your foot's size and shape along with your gait and then determine the best New Balance shoes custom fit to you. Because New Balance isn't your average shoe and you're not average either. Experience the difference an unaverage custom fit makes today at the New Balance Birmingham store on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham. Your feet will thank you.
Hi, it's Jay Barker. I want to tell you about my good friends Craig and Keith at Birmingham Broker. Go online at bhambroker.com. That's bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Got 7 kids, man, and we had to sell a lot of cars. And these guys are looking for a lot of inventory. They helped us with all the hassle. No stress for us. They did the process as far as the sales and everything. Handled it all the way through. White glove type service. You'll love it. Again, it's bhambroker.com. Sell your car through bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Hi, it's Jay Barker for Siebel's in downtown Homewood, and now's the time to get your special place ready. Come in and let Siebel's design your porch with Kingsley Bait outdoor furniture and one of their custom swinging beds. For the great room, you're going to need their Carson swivel recliner. Siebel's is the #1 Carson recliner dealer in the country, and Sarah and I, we've got one, and we absolutely love it. Be sure also to check out their famous custom-made beds and bunk beds built by Siebel's and made up with some of their best linens in town. Their staff can truly put your bed together like no other store. You can also follow Siebel's and shop on Instagram and Facebook. And be sure to call or go by their special store in downtown Homewood. The number is 800-448-1962. That's 800-448-1962. And just for listening, go to SiebelsCottage.com and order anything you want and type in Jay Barker for a special discount code. That's Jay Barker for a special discount code available only to our listeners for a limited time on The Jay Barker Show. Siebel's in downtown Homewood or online at SiebelsCottage.com.
It's Antonio Langham here to tell you about the easiest way to buy your tickets to your next high school game. Have you ever had to wait in line to buy a high school ticket or stop to get cash on the way to the game? There has to be a better way. There is. It's called GoFan. Check out GoFan.co the next time you need a ticket for a high school game. GoFan is easy, fast, and completely secure. You can buy tickets directly from your phone and just show the ticket at the gate. Download the GoFan app or visit GoFan.co now. That's GoFan.co.
First down at 15, at the 15. Deep ball from Jefferson. Got it in stride. On the way is Burks. It's a touchdown, Arkansas. 85 yards. Well, Miles Jones, after the motion, is going to have him bump and run. And Cam Newton couldn't throw it any better than that. Right on the money. And Burks did the rest. That's got the Razorback fans in a tizzy. And why not? They lead the 7th-ranked team in the country, soon to be 10-0 if the extra point is good.
Hi, welcome back in as we continue hour number 1 here on this Tuesday edition. Jay Barker's show with Lars Anderson live from AVX. Lars is out, Matt Coulter in, and also Tony Curry from KCast Radio with us as he is each and every Tuesday, and also the Tony Curry Radio Network. Check it out. And KCast Radio, you can actually get the app on the Android and at the iTunes marketplace where you can get those. So go in and download those and check them out. We got a big matchup coming up this weekend. Arkansas at Georgia, and as we just saw heard Jefferson's play this past week, beautiful throw on that touchdown pass against Texas A&M. And I guess we'll start with you, Tony, as far as just surprised how dominant they were against an A&M team that many people thought it was their year to be competing against Alabama in the West, but Arkansas has been a huge surprise, but going up against a great team this weekend in Georgia in Athens.
Jay, do you remember the old smelly fish?
Yeah.
We had a smelly fish with Arkansas and Texas. Vegas spoke, and they spoke again this weekend against A&M, and they're speaking, I'm sorry, unfortunately, again this weekend as an 18-point dog against Georgia.
Wow.
Georgia will probably cover that line just based on the number itself. I love Coach Pittman. I love him. He reminds me a lot of Ed Orgeron in that he is who he is. He's transparent. He's authentic to himself, and I just hope he's successful so he stays around a little bit. Fire up that jukebox! I love what he does with his guys, and of course, he's done it many times this year, but I just love the way he talks to his guys. He's going to do things his way, and he is just an Arkansas guy true and through, and I think it's going to be just wonderful if he can be successful there. We'll see if they can hold snuff up to Georgia this weekend.
I think they're vastly improved, and I love their style, their physicality. I don't think they'll happen against Georgia. Georgia's just better, and Kirby can coach. But first of all, Jay, do you have like any of those big foam hammers? Because Tony and I are getting into it down here, and since you now have video and essentially television, I think it would make for great TV if we could just keep hitting each other over the head, but not hurt each other. What are the foam? You remember the foam hammers?
Oh yeah,
I remember the
foam
real
gloves. Yeah. Okay. I digress. But
we got to get some of those.
You know who he reminds me of, except for it's Joe Kynes.
Yeah,
he has that delivery. He has that. I'm going to whip them, and I'm behind my team.
It usually doesn't last long, unfortunately. It just usually does. It's great when you're winning. Yeah, it usually sounds really good at the beginning, and then it falls apart. But hopefully, it'll last a little bit.
Would you guys agree with me that he has beaten at least Texas A&M, if not Texas too, teams at his level, talent-wise, or above him?
Absolutely,
definitely.
The fact that he ended the streak against the SEC this year, he's good. He's good.
To be number 8 in the country, based on where you were, and now you got Clemson, who's top 25 streak of what was that that they had for
6?
Yeah, it's crazy. Whatever it was, being a top 25. Now they're sitting at 25. Which is crazy when we think about back to number 2 or number 3 where they were sitting at the beginning of the season. But I'm still not sure about Georgia's offense. I'm still not sure about, their defense looks really, really good. They got a lot of speed, a lot of athleticism, like Alabama does. Arkansas's defense, Barry Odom's done a terrific job this year as well on that defense side of the football. But can Georgia score the points? I mean, I know they did against UAB, but Arkansas's team is playing with physicality. They're owning the trenches. They're playing at a level, which that's what kind of glad why Alabama gets them late in the year, because hopefully they'll be worn down. A little bit.
You made that
injured.
point yesterday.
Yeah.
I think it's a good one.
Yeah. So, can Georgia's offense score to where they're an 18-point favorite over this Arkansas defense?
I don't know. They make those lines based on what they're going to score against Georgia. What can Arkansas put up? Because if Arkansas puts up 17, that means Georgia's going to have to score 35. And I don't think Georgia's going to score 35 against that Arkansas defense. So what can Arkansas, that's the whole thing you look at is what can Arkansas score on the Georgia defense? If they can score 10 and Georgia can score 28, 29 points, you get yourself a cover. So I don't know. But, the difference between what I'm seeing in Arkansas and, say, LSU is I'm seeing a team that believes in itself. And you guys know this as well as an AJ. I mean, you're the epitome of this. they're believing in their coach. They're believing in their style. They're winning their box. They believe in their role, and they're taking care of each other, and they got each other's back. But they're taking it. They're playing as a unit. They're doing it from every facet, all three facets. You look at an LSU squad, it's probably man for man got more talent than Arkansas, and don't look like they want to be on the football field. They don't want to be there. They won this weekend again against Mississippi State, but they don't look like they and again, you got the same type of kind of coach, and I think maybe the Ed Orgeron stuff is starting to wear a little thin on those guys.
Never. I think that deep ball we just heard the call of Jefferson. I mean, in stride, perfect. Jay Barker versus Georgia timing. Okay. I have to bring that up every time. How fabulous you were in that game.
Hold on, let me get my wallet out. Pay you a little bit.
Anyway, that's going to give the Georgia defense something to think about because Jefferson has been looked at as more of a mobile, make-a-play quarterback. That was dropped back, hit him in stride, straight 85-yard touchdown.
Beautiful.
He really improved a lot last year as the year went on. Yeah,
he really did because he was looked at as more of a run-first guy and a playmaker. But if you add the dimension of being a pocket, and you know this, you add the dimension of being a pocket passer, even against the Georgia defense that talented, it's an issue.
Just a real quick preview, because we'll get into more of this on the other side. UAB Liberty coming up this weekend.
Yep.
And Matt, you've been around the program for a long time. Tony, you have as well. And, from going to a program that was totally knocked out, totally
zero,
yeah, to where it is now and to win, two of the last three conference championships, to be in three, and then now to see what they're about to open up, this new protective stadium, one of the best stadiums you're probably going to go to in the South. Really, I mean, as far as just the amenities, the way they've done it, the way they put it together, and what it's going to serve too, other than just UAB. But they've got their own locker room. This is their home. Nobody else gets that locker room but UAB. Bill Clark and Mark Ingram, all the guys, they've done it the right way. And it's first class, and this is going to be an exciting weekend for this UAB Blazer team.
And it's going to be a good football game because Liberty is not the Liberty of 2015.
It's going to be a great football game.
My only problem with it is that my obligations this weekend are with Talladega, and I'm not going to be there. And
I'll go for you, brother.
You going to go for me?
I'll be there for you.
You going to take that lizard with you?
I will. I'll take my son too.
You're still a funny guy, Tony.
So, I'm going to head down, be in Tuscaloosa. I got pregame on Saturday, then the game at 2:30, and then I'm going to have to probably jump out of there as quick as possible to get back in time for the big matchup at Protected Stadium.
Go get that helicopter that used to fly you around 15 years ago.
David Upton?
Yeah. There you go. Hey, David, you listening?
I can get him to return my calls.
Uh-oh. He threw that out there.
Ouch.
Great guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. All right, we'll continue on the other
broke.
side.
He didn't call me back either.
Did he not?
Oh, man. I don't even have his number.
Small, medium-sized businesses out there, which Craneworks is not. You're aware that there are additional government stimulus dollars available to your business outside of the PPP loans. If you had employees retain them during the COVID pandemic, there's up to $33,000 cash refund per employee available to you, no matter if you had a financial loss or gain. For over 23 years, the tax attorneys and the CPAs at eTax Breaks have been identifying tax credits, cash refunds available to your businesses through more than 3,000 federal and state programs. Now, these are not loans. They don't have to be paid back. The eTax Breaks team has recovered over $2 billion for their clients to date and can serve you nationwide as well. The best part, though, is that there's no fee to find out if you qualify. They work off what's called success fees. So there's no financial risk to you ever. You pay nothing unless they find the credits or refunds for your business. And about 90% of small businesses are eligible. So take a few minutes, reach out to these guys, see if your business qualifies. Go to etaxbreaks.com, etaxbreaks.com, or give them a call at 855-659-1231. That's 855-659-1231 for etaxbreaks.com. All right, we'll return. We're live from AVX. Stay with us.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
The flagship station for Alabama Crimson Tide sports. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Impact Mortgage Corp. DBA Cash Call Mortgage. NMLS ID 128231. Equal housing lender. Not licensed in all states including New York. Call 855-657-9910 for licensing terms and restrictions. As everyone knows, home values have skyrocketed. Chances are your home has gained a ton of equity. Why not use your home's equity to upgrade your house? How about a new pool in your backyard or a new kitchen? Turn your home's equity into cash with a cash-out refinance loan from Cash Call Mortgage. If your mortgage interest rate doesn't start with a 2, we may be able to lower your mortgage rate and get you cash. See just how low our rates are at cashcallmortgage.com. Get started on upgrading your house with a cash-out refi from Cash Call Mortgage. For a free quote to see if you qualify, go to cashcallmortgage.com or call us today. Call 800-745-1952. That's 800-745-1952. 800-745-1952.
Don't miss a play at the Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Your front row seat to all the action. Place bets on all professional and most college sports at the counter, kiosk, or on your phone. Then catch the game on one of our 20 big screens from the comfort of the newly remodeled Timeout Lounge. Plus, the PRR Sports app gives you access to live, in-play sports betting. Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Be more than a fan. Be a player. Must be 21.
Exam 4 needs to be sanitized.
Mersana's MRI clinic isn't operating at max efficiency. She needs a new certified tech certifiably now.
Someone's waiting in room 2 for an ACL scan. Can you handle that?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Want to learn a new language so it will actually stick? Try Babbel. Practice real-life conversations in the Babbel app.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Get personalized help in Babbel's live online classes.
Classes are limited to 6 people, so everyone can get the help they need.
Review words and phrases with fun games, or dive into the culture with short videos. Whatever your learning style, Babbel's you the tools you need. Babbel, more ways to learn. Start learning a new language today at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
High prices don't get you a great network. A great network gets you a great network. It's why Total Wireless runs on the largest, most dependable network, now with 5G. And for a limited time, we're doubling your high-speed data on our $35 unlimited plan from 5 gigs to 10. So you can double your binging, your scrolling, your everything. Total Wireless. Do amazing. Available at authorized dealers. Capable device and SIM required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. Offer ends 12/31/2021. First 10 gigs at high speed, then 2G. Terms and conditions at totalwireless.com/terms.
Dell's semi-annual sale is the perfect opportunity for a significant business upgrade. Save up to 45% on Dell computers built for business with Windows 10 Pro. Plus, enjoy special pricing on Dell docks, monitors, servers, and more, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Succeed anywhere with Windows 10 Pro. Speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today to find the right tech for your business with fast, free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
A warm afternoon with a good supply of sunshine. The high 87. Clear tonight, the low 67. Tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny, the high 89. And for Thursday, the chance of a few isolated showers. Most places will stay dry. Otherwise, partly sunny, the high 86. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 83 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
All right, welcome back in as we close out hour number 1. I want to remind you about Rock and Roll Sushi, and get out and check it out. It's amplified dining experience at Rock and Roll Sushi. You're going to absolutely love it. And whether it's the roles you love with the friends you love, and also just an amplified really the music that you love when it comes to Rock and Roll Sushi. They got locations now throughout the Southeast. They just opened up a brand new one in downtown Birmingham, and I think Fifth Avenue and Richard Arrington. I think that's what I said.
That's right.
Robbie sent that to me yesterday. Lauren and all the folks there at Rock and Roll Sushi opening up a new location. If you're in the Birmingham area, check that one out as well as all the ones surrounding. They went from one location in Mobile, Alabama, 1,000 square foot space a little bit over a decade ago. Now close to 50 locations throughout the Southeast. Amazing what they've accomplished. It is the biggest hit in the restaurant business, Rock and Roll Sushi.
Jay, last Sunday, I think it was, Karen and I went. She loves sushi. I like it, believe it or not. And she got the tuna and the eel and something else. Really, really good. And here's something that means a lot to me in a restaurant. Servers. Mm-hmm. Good servers make good meals. Yes, they had our server, which I guess what we used to call a waitress, was fabulous. So another Another point for rock and roll sushi.
There you go. Matt, we were talking in the break. Watson Brown used to come on the show we did early on back in 2002, 3, 4, somewhere in there.
Yeah,
and
about every Monday, I think, or Tuesday, something like that.
He would come in studio. We talk UAB football. And at that time, they were building something special. So Daryl Hackney recently, Ashley, and just a lot of great players that had come through. Bill Clark gets there and, immediately starts trying to address some issues. Things happen. The program gets shut down. Fans go crazy. And that was people from all over the state and all over the country. They went, nuts on this. And Tony was leading that effort in a big way on the radio as well. And they come back. Bill Clark's able to recruit in a maybe a different way than other teams, but really has built a great program. But go back to the moments of what you remember about UAB and what this means. UAB family coming up this weekend.
To have your own stadium when we were playing in Legion Field. I love Legion Field. I always will. You will too. Yeah. I mean, we went there. It's so many memories there, but it's not exactly the place you hang your hat on. You want to be real proud of. This new stadium offers UAB a chance to say, hey, we're here. We're not going anywhere. And by the way, look at this bad mother. Yep. It's a great stadium. But from a football standpoint, I remember when I started doing the broadcast with Gary Sanders and with John Gentile, they were pretty good. But Watson started really what he did first. He started recruiting coaches. Mm-hmm. He had an unbelievable coaching staff. It could have been an SEC coaching staff. And then he built from there. They passed the baton. Clark, by the way, I know where he saw Hackney. He was in Montgomery. It was at the UAB Jack State game.
Such a nice guy.
Great guy. Man, what a talent. He was on the Broncos, at least practice roster for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. I think so. But,
we have Mark on this morning, and I was going back because every time you see UAB on a telecast, they go back through the whole shutdown 2015. They're coming back and I was like, this is something that I thought, I used to throw out Twitter questions and what's going to happen first, the legalization of marijuana or UAB gets a football station. I mean, that was a station or stadium. That's or station. Those are the kind of things that we're there because it was never going to happen. Neither one was going to happen. And so I asked Mark, what's your dream now? Now that you have this, you're not going to rest on your laurels. And obviously they want to have some type of practice facility for Andy Kennedy and the girls basketball program. And then they want to put some money into Bartow Arena. So that's the next thing. And they're going to do it. They've raised millions of dollars. Sometimes you just think you throw money at something and it's going to become better. And it doesn't work that way. You have to build that culture. I remember when I first got here in 1988, we started doing the show together, Jay. Bryant Denny were a bunch of hand sitters.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
It was one of Penn State until they had the whiteout was one of the quietest stadiums with over 100,000 people as you find on every Saturday. And you have to build that culture, and UAB is doing that now, hopefully with 41,000 people on Saturday. That'll be the beginning of a beautiful thing for them.
All right, Tony, turn around, say hello to the camera right there. There's Tony Curry. All right, everybody's been saying it. All we're seeing is the back of his head. So there he is.
How's it look?
TK. And
hopefully someone else will
Bo, where's my hammer?
Exactly. We need to get a sponsor, get the hammer.
Yeah.
Shut up and take my
All
money.
right, we'll
I can't believe you said that.
We'll continue on the other side. A lot more to dive into as far as some other matchups around the country and around the SEC, as well as we're live from ABX. Again, Lars on special assignment with the Great Lakes of Minnesota this week. He'll be back on Thursday.
Let's talk
and
about
he's on a lake. I know what a special assignment is
hour.
So we will not dive into that. Yeah, exactly. So a lot more to get into as well from last night's Monday Night Football. Peyton, Eli, and much, much more. Stay with us as hour number 2 will be underway shortly, and we'll return right here live from ABX. We'll be back.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. Achieving your personal best often comes down to how you feel. And when it comes to the right shoes, nothing feels better than New Balance. The fit specialists at the New Balance Birmingham store conduct an in-depth analysis of your foot size, shape, and gait, determining the best New Balance shoes for you. Experience the difference of custom fit today at the New Balance Birmingham store on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham. Your feet will thank you.
At Schaefer Plastic Surgery, not only they treat you like family, you get a free opening consultation. Not normally you get that for elective surgeries, you do with Dr. Schaefer. And he also combines experience gained from nearly 2 decades in practice, 8 years in advanced training to achieve beautiful, transformative results for his patients. As a board-certified plastic surgeon, Dr. Schaefer's goal is to exceed expectations while being dedicated to safety before, during, and after the procedure. Go online at SchaeferPlasticSurge.com. That's SchaeferPlasticSurg.com or 205-278-7969. For more information and located on Highway 280 across from Grandview Hospital. I know you know about Guthrie Chicken Fingers, but do you know about the Guthrie family? 1992, they started selling chicken fingers, finger restaurant, and the first chicken finger restaurant ever. They've been around for over 50 years. Since the beginning, Guthrie's have been using only the finest ingredients in their Guthrie's boxes. While others have tried to copy, nothing tastes like Guthrie's chicken fingers dipped in that Guthrie's famous sauce. Guthrie's restaurants are expanding to give the entire U.S. a taste of their golden fried chicken fingers. Franchise opportunities are available. Go to Guthrie'sChicken.com. That's Guthrie'sChicken.com for more information. I want to tell you about my good friends at Southern Assurance Group. Hi, it's Jay Barker. And look, Ken Needham has done a terrific job. Local company, 205-980-1505 is their number. That's 980-1505. Again, local, you can speak with the same team every time you give them a call. Full line of products from auto, home, boat, life. You'll trust them. They have a great deal as far as the relationships they build with their customers and 20 years with the same company and industry. Custom approach for your insurance needs. Give them a call, 980-1505. That is Southern Assurance Group. Hi, it's Jay Barker. I want to tell you about my good friends Craig and Keith at Birmingham Broker. Go online at bhambroker.com. That's bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Got 7 kids, man, and we had to sell a lot of cars. And these guys are looking for a lot of inventory. They helped us with all the hassle. No stress for us. They did the process as far as the sales and everything. Handled it all the way through. White glove type service. You'll love it. Again, it's bhambroker.com. Sell your car through bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Rock and Roll Sushi. They're proud to be the original American-style sushi restaurant founded on great food and rock and roll music, boasting concepts and flavors. Big, bold, and loud. They're the only place to experience the rock you love, the rolls you love, with the ones you love. It all began back in Mobile, Alabama, and then a decade later, tucked inside the Mobile Mall, expanded to encompass more than 40 locations across the southeastern U.S. Since day one, the most rewarding part of their work has been seeing guests fall in love with the amplified dining experience and become fans who return again and again to the biggest hit in town. That's Rock and Roll Sushi. Get out today for lunch or dinner.
It's Antonio Langham here to tell you about the easiest way to buy your tickets to your next high school game. Have you ever had to wait in line to buy a high school ticket or stop to get cash on the way to the game? There has to be a better way. There is. It's called GoFan. Check out GoFan.co the next time you need a ticket for a high school game. GoFan is easy, fast, and completely secure. You can buy tickets directly from your phone and just show the ticket at the gate. Download the GoFan app or visit GoFan.co now. That's GoFan.co. Letter C, letter O.
Birmingham's best Mexican restaurant for over 20 years and counting. That's La Paz Restaurant in Crestline Village and Mount Laurel. They've got a great staff. Its delicious menu, award-winning cheese dip, and margaritas and vibrant atmosphere have helped to make La Paz a local favorite. Blue corn nachos, Texas barbecue quesadillas, steak and blue quesadillas, Baja fish tacos, signature fajitas, and much, much more. So head over to La Paz today. If you want a great lunch or a great dinner, you'll find all that at La Paz, Crestline, and Mount Laurel for lunch or dinner.
WTUG HD2 Northport and W265CG Tuscaloosa. Tide 100.9 and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Who you are is more important than what you do. The only way that you're going to have any kind of success in your life, you have to buy into a process of what it takes to reach a goal. How can I be the best I can be at what I do? How much of your time was spent and how much was it invested in your goal? You can't do it unless you can overcome adversity, because that's what makes great things great, is the things that you had to overcome to accomplish them.
We have about 5 choices in our life, and everybody has a choice as to what they want to do and how they want to do that. But if you're going to be excellent or elite, you got to do special things. You have to have special intensity. You have to have special focus. It doesn't matter what God-given ability that you have, but without the rest of it, I'm not sure you ever get excellent or elite.
You have to have toughness. What does it take to break you? I don't care what circumstance you're faced with. What does it take to break your focus, to make you give in? You're tired or you don't feel like giving effort or finishing the play like you should. I'm not saying it's our goal to try to break you. It's just the way it is in football. It's going to be difficult if you're getting yourself ready to play at a high level. And just because you got beat on the last play, that can't affect the next play. That's breaking you. Your frustration is breaking you. What does it take to break you?
We should help others. We should serve other people all the time. You cannot be a leader and affect other people if you're not willing to serve the people. Think of our lives as every day we should appreciate the opportunity that we have to accomplish and affect something. Earn this. Everybody made all these sacrifices for you to live. Go live a good life. Be a good father. Help other people. Accomplish something of significance. Make a difference. That would be my message to everybody here. Make a difference and help everybody's spirit in a positive way. God bless you and roll Tide.
Jay Barker led the Crimson Tide to a national championship in 1992, winner of the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award and a finalist for the Heisman Trophy, voted the SEC Player of the Year, and was drafted by the Green Bay Packers, also seeing time with the New England Patriots and the Carolina Panthers. He is the winningest quarterback in Alabama history, 35-2-1, member of the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame. Jay Barker brings that same championship quality and football expertise to his own radio network and show. Joining him is Lars Anderson, New York Times bestselling author, 20-year veteran of Sports Illustrated, and professor at the University of Alabama. Live from the AVX studios in Birmingham, Alabama, The Jay Barker Show.
Not at all. That has nothing to do with this. There are no players, no coaches here, maybe Coach Nick's, but that has nothing to do with this game. So those are two really big wins by Ole Miss. And, and any time that you go play a number one team, especially there, but you're going to have to prepare really well. You're going to have to play really well. You're going to have to get some breaks go your way, to have those type of upsets. That's why they rarely happen. And you got to have a lot go right. So, maybe we can get one of those passes where the quarterback gets hit and then they drop it and it tips up to us and we go score. Again, for Matt, for this team, none of that means anything, just like the final ranking, being in the top for some Heisman, media talk now means nothing. It only matters if you win the thing. But sure, there's something to that about energy, or you go on the road recruiting like this week and, nationally, everybody knows who Matt is. Everybody has, watched us, and I feel like they know our team more than probably in a long time here. The Monday night game helped, having the spotlight that we did. And so, yeah, there's a lot of energy around, but that can die really quick if you don't keep playing well. All right, good to be back to practice after the bye week. Going out there a normal Monday and continue to prepare for a great team, as we all know. Like I said last week, don't see any holes in this team, and kind of like I said, referred to, with free agency, if they did have them, at receiver or linebacker, they filled them. So it'll be very challenging, not just to play them, but to play there. And if you think about it, we've really never played in front of a crowd in 2 years, because of COVID, to go to a true road game. So that brings challenges on its own. And so we'll have our hands full. Sure, it's why we're a huge underdog for a reason.
Welcome back in, hour number 2, and Lane Kiffin, some audio from him talking about some of the past games and also being an underdog coming in to this one with the Crimson Tide in Tuscaloosa. 2:30 start on CBS, and but yet it's a lot off the field as far as with Lane Kiffin, as we've talked about before, his history with the Crimson Tide and with Nick Saban. We are presented by, don't forget, Top Golf of Birmingham, a great place to go, and it's going to be a great place to tailgate for a lot of fans this weekend at Protective Stadium is UAB Liberty, their first matchup in that brand new stadium. But Top Golf of Birmingham, right across the street, great place to tailgate. Also, when it comes to family, coworkers, friends, we call it the bowling of this generation. Because you go out there, you have a chance to sit down. Some of them have high top, like kind of bar type areas. Others couches. They bring the food to you, the drinks, and they get a great restaurant as well. A terrace that you can do a lot of events. There's bachelorette parties I've seen out there, bachelor parties, birthdays, all types of great events and charitable events as well that really raised a ton of money. Mark Grenier, all the great folks there at Top Golf. We appreciate them presenting the show each and every day. Also driven by Sunny King Ford on the sunny side of the street up in Oxford. Anderson, go see Tony Russell and all the great folks at Sunny King Ford. All right, Matt, big matchups coming up this weekend. And, you look at as far as this Alabama Ole Miss game, we were talking earlier or yesterday a little bit about this and the Lane Kiffin factor coming into this game and just the way the offenses have changed so much. And he had a lot to do with Alabama making that change and coming to more of a spread style, wide open, throw the ball a little bit more, just kind of spread the field type of attack.
Jay, I wanted to ask you, because when I think about Kiffin and his days at Alabama, I think about his relationships and his development of quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
When you were at Alabama, of course, Gene Stallings was your head coach. Now, you may differ, but I never thought him much a quarterback whisperer.
He was not.
I didn't think so.
Well, he was a quarterback yeller.
Yes. And I can remember having conversations with him and you, because he yelled at you a lot.
Yes.
But you also won 32 games.
Yes, 35.
35, my bad.
Right.
And you should correct me every time. But anyway, Kiffin whisperer he is.
Mm-hmm.
But you had Mal Moore, legendary offensive coordinator at Alabama.
Great run coordinator.
And then Homer Smith, who was very innovative for his time and made really good use of what y'all's skill set was. Can you just kind of tell people what the relationship is between your offensive coordinator, if the head coach is involved in any shape, form, or fashion, and what it's like in those quarterback rooms? Because I feel like Kiffin really gets it with Matt Corral.
He does. And going back to Coach Stallings real quick, he knew the buttons to push him on. He knew that I needed that to be tough on me and that I would respond better to that to prove him wrong or what. We had a father-son type relationship. I mean, we were very honest with each other. We had meetings together. There were times when I felt like he went too far on the field. I've shared this many times. We'd have meetings in his office after practice where we talk about that and say, hey, if I'm going to be the leader, and this time I'm young. So I'm like, I'm trying to earn and gain the respect of the players. So Mal was again a father figure. Somebody that I dearly, dearly miss every day. Became close to his daughter Heather, who was my age or a year older, and so just knew that he would come in and tell great stories, and he was an unbelievable run coordinator. But we did not work on the passing fundamentals. We didn't work on the things that, as a quarterback that only played one year really in high school,
like steps, how
to
form and
all that stuff, and just drills, drill. We really didn't even do drops. We would just, they would see just get 7 yards deep, and we knew what to do because we've been to camps and stuff, but we really didn't work on the steps. Well, then Homer comes in, and so I was blessed to have the knowledge of a Mal Moore and watching him when it comes to scheme and run game and how to get to check with me's and knowing what the fronts and how safeties and corners tell you certain things about the run game, where the alignments are, where you need to go with the football, where the bubble is in the defense, all that stuff from him. Homer comes in and really began to teach me not only the passing game, spacing in passing game, why you have to get certain receivers in certain areas based on coverages, and how to work through progressions, how to, we did so many different things in practice and drills I'd never seen, done, or heard about. And we had what we called dance class every day. Class, we went into the media room and we walked through our play action pass. It was a certain way he wanted us to do it. He called it prestidigitation, which is what magicians use to hide things. That's the term for it. So he'd talk about prestidigitation and talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, and then hide the ball. And so all the steps were supposed to be perfect. And if you look back and I'll never forget, because I remember when Homer came in, Gary Hollingsworth said, "You're going to be so excited." Yeah. Because Gary went from an all SEC performance the year before Coach Stallings got there, and then threw like 6 or 7, maybe 9 touchdown passes the next year after throwing 20-something touchdown passes the year before. So what Homer knew to do is Homer knew how to work on skills, help a guy improve where you were, and then also knew what plays could make you or help you be successful. What were you good at? And also we went through the game, Matt, I'm telling you, I tell you this all the time. I bet you I played the game mentally at least 10 times before I got there. And so the game was easy. I mean, and Homer used to always say his dream, and it really was, he wanted to be able to teach the quarterback. He said the best quarterback should be able to call all the plays in the game, because you're hearing from the left tackle, I can't block this guy. You're hearing from the running back, that we don't need to run it to the left. You're hearing from the receiver, I can beat this guy on this. I got to step on it. So all this information that the quarterback could get, and look, things are so much different now because of personnel groupings and all that. So there's a lot more complication in why you need, guys kind of making those decisions to some degree. But his dream was to sit up in the press box or the coach's box. He said, my dream is to go to the concession stand at halftime, grab a hot dog and popcorn, just let my quarterback keep playing. That was his. He felt like if I coached you up enough and played the game enough during the week that you would be ready to play at a very high level.
Well, I remember talking to Gary Hollingsworth about it too, and he had the utmost respect. And those offenses that he had,
UCLA,
with Gary Hollingsworth, just unbelievable. Yeah. Did he? I don't know. I've got this chasing a rabbit hole here. I'm intrigued by it though. Did he do what he wanted to do, or did he also look at enough defensive film to know where he could exploit them?
You talking about Homer?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't believe in watching a ton of film for the players. He felt like that he could break the film down. Okay. He showed us what the films we needed to see. He then would say, okay, here's the ones I think we need to look at because this is what applies to what we're doing. And so he'd have like 10 or 15 cut-ups before practice. And then he went on the field. We did so many walkthroughs. And early on, the assistants didn't like it. Whether the running back coach, or tight end coach, wide receiver coach, they were like, so they would send out the scout team guys. It was really for us, but he felt like too that it would help everybody. We'd spend an hour on the field doing walkthroughs, and not even like that would be before practice. And I loved it because it was ground level. It wasn't just on a board. It was seeing. He would line up the defense. Okay, this is what you're going to see when you see this. You got to get to this. So we worked through all that stuff. He just knew how to attack defenses, how to attack spacing, and how to create spacing.
One of the things that he did, and I talked to you about it, and I talked to Hollingsworth about it, is that he realized the importance, the significance of play action, and how you guys, and you learned in it. You knew how to play fake, and if you get the safety a millisecond off his game with a play fake, then you got the deep ball. I always noticed that about him and his quarterback. So
I would say that Homer was somewhat, and I mean this is nothing that nobody knows, but he was not hamstring, but he was reined in a lot.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, a lot.
That was obvious to many people.
Yeah, and that was something that I felt like if we could have done all the stuff that he wanted to do at that time, and because we had a number system that we were going to use that Gary and them used before that was so simple. But there were some that didn't like it because they couldn't figure it out, or they didn't know what the play was going to be run on that particular down or distance or whatever else. I'll never forget. He gave it to me. You take it against Vanderbilt. We go like 90-something yards all the way down about the 10-yard line. Sherman fumbled it, and coach said no more. And I was like, really? We just had such a great drive.
It was all Sherman's deal, though.
Yeah, yeah. But what a great back. And we had so many talented players. But yeah, all those coaches. They mean the world to me and impacted my life in more ways than just the football field. So good stuff. And hate that we lost Homer and Mal way too early.
Boy, did we ever. Yeah. And here's hoping that Matt Corral and Lane Kiffin don't have that magic touch this Saturday.
Exactly.
They can get it and they can go.
No, they can't. No doubt. Unbelievable offense. Do you struggle finding new ideas for branding and marketing your business? If that's the case, your organization may be trying to find unique items that people really like to use and receive. In today's competitive business environment, your brand needs to stand out to get noticed. Fully Promoted offers extensive branding, marketing solutions to get your name in front of your potential customers. Now, they have local experts that specialize in putting your logo on apparel, team gear, caps, promotional products, trade show items, and printed materials. They provide also access to samples that you can actually touch and feel, and personalized service to assist you with product selection and decoration methods, taking your brand to the next level. Call Fully Promoted today at 205-406-6430. That's 205-406-6430. Mention that you heard this ad on the Jay Barker Show for a special offer. That's 205-406-6430. Are you fully promoted? All right, we'll continue hour number 2 right here on the Jay Barker Show live from AVX. Stay with us.
You're listening to the Jay Barker Show live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
The flagship station for Alabama Crimson Tide sports, Tide 100.9, and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
But truck leaving with a big order on Tuesday.
Tina's floor manager retired, leaving her tortilla factory flat out.
What do you mean she's on assignment?
She must fill the role and all those orders.
I'm gonna oversee production.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Schedule virtual interviews and talk to candidates right from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Ask big.
Have you seen our artisan created diamonds? If you've been in a room with one, you can't miss it.
Tom Osmond from Fincher and Osmond.
It's a diamond like I've never seen.
And he's seen a lot of diamonds.
Ask big.
At Fincher and Osmond, you can put artisan created diamonds side by side with mined diamonds. When you see it,
more importantly, when she sees it,
FincherandOsmond.com.
McFarland Boulevard between Edgar's and Local Roots.
At Shell, we know from the time you get up to the time you wrap up, there's a lot of meetups, eat-ups, and hurry-ups. So come to Shell and get 3 things done at once. Fill up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus to help keep your engine running like new. Save up with the Fuel Rewards program and never pay full price for gas again. And snack up with in-store rewards to save even more at the pump. Make the most of the stop you need to make with Shell and engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline. See full terms and conditions at fuelrewards.com.
O'Reilly. It's O Rewards Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts, where you can earn double, triple, even up to 5 times O Rewards points on select purchases. Get bonus points on more than 200 items throughout the store, like wiper blades, fuel system cleaners, motor oil, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
1225 Sports Bar is the place to be on the Strip for your ultimate game day experience. 1225 Sports Bar is located 2 blocks from Bryant-Denny Stadium. Come meet our staff and enjoy some great food and drinks. 1225 is your new way to game day. With over 30 high-def TVs along with 5 VIP sections available with dedicated servers, security, and bottle service, we're 1225, your utmost game day destination for entertainment, food, and spirits. Get all the details and make reservations at the1225.com or call us at 205-872-1225.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
A warm afternoon with a good supply of sunshine. The high 87. Clear tonight, the low 67. Tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny, the high 89. And for Thursday, the chance of a few isolated showers. Most places will stay dry. Otherwise, partly sunny, the high 86. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 85 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
We're both from Southern California. I've always, seen them. It's kind of a tight-knit community as far as just quarterbacks across the country, but especially quarterbacks in SoCal and in the same area. So, I've always known of him. I've worked with him a few times. I've talked to him a few times. So, I have a lot of respect for his game. Again, being able to kind of see him progress from like me remembering him as a freshman in high school to obviously all the things he's doing now. So I have a ton of respect for him. I think there's positives and negatives to everything. Think we've hit some stuff downfield, but definitely want to obviously be a lot more consistent. There's some stuff we want to tighten up. There's week to week stuff that we want to improve on, but there's definitely a lot of room for improvement and stuff for us to work on. I haven't necessarily I wasn't here while Coach Kiffin was here, was being recruited while Coach Kiffin was here. But, I've heard a lot of things just, as far as just being in the offensive room, being in the quarterback room, I've heard a lot of positive things about the stuff that he's brought. He brought while he was here and the stuff that he contributed to the offense. So, I'm really happy with where the offense is now as far as the schematics of it. So obviously there's a lot that myself and us as a unit has to improve on to execute at a higher level. But I'm really excited to be here and really like our scheme. And I can't speak for everyone, obviously, but speaking for myself, this was a place where I was able to compete against the best in practice, and then being in the SEC, being able to compete, against the best, week by week was really big as far as, what was attractive for me here. And the system that we ran was one that translates really well to where everyone wants to go. And you see kind of the development of each quarterback that's been here. And, a lot of other, SEC places. But, just speaking on my personal experience, seeing the development of quarterbacks and seeing the success and, this offense being one that, one that can translate to the next level and is one that's really good as far as developing quarterbacks. That was something that was really attractive. And, of course, playing and practicing against the best.
All right, that was Bryce Young, and talking about Matt Corral and some of the things also that Alabama's offense needs to improve on over the past 3 weeks, and put up some big numbers this weekend, 5 touchdown passes. The thing I've been very impressed about Bryce Young has been his poise. I love the way he addresses the media. I love the way that he is with his teammates. And I've got a son there, so I know how he is in the locker room and how much he was accepted even last year early on, how impressed they were with his, kind of beyond his years maturity, raised by, you can tell, a great mom and dad and family. And he just seems to have that it factor about him that you want to see in your quarterback as a leader, as a guy that can make plays, but he's so talented. Like his arm talent, Matt, he drops the ball down, which most quarterbacks used to is keep it up high by the ear. You never drop it down. You worry about whether it's the ball getting knocked away or just the timing. They talked about the hitch and a guy like Kerry Collins. Remember that when he came out, they talked about his hitch. But these guys now do it so quick. Their release is so fast. It really doesn't affect, and there's no DB that gets a jump on it. But what I'm impressed with him, arm talent is, where he can throw the ball from. He can throw it if he's a second baseman, a shortstop, turning a double play to get it out to the wide receiver in the flat. He can also take speed off the ball. So if he needs to throw it kind of over the top and lay it in there, and then also can really put some heat on it if it's needed in order to get into a tight space.
Don't you feel like he can throw every pass in the book?
He's really good.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I think maybe he needs to fine tune a few. The only criticism I've heard about him is that he pulls it down. Now, I'm going to contradict myself, but in the process of trying to find an open receiver, when he has to literally move his pocket, he is exceptional at doing that. And I don't know what his eyesight is peripherally, but I think he can see behind himself. He's got great vision. So all that being said, sometimes it'll look like, and particularly in the Florida game, looks like he could just pull it down and run. Does he do that? I mean, is he been coached to just almost like the electric fence of the dog? You get to that line and you don't throw. You do.
I know what you're saying. I mean, the way he moves kind of side to side in the pocket,
very fluid too.
Very fluid, quick, and we could run in high school. I really haven't seen him run like he ran in high school. He could really run. I mean, he was a guy and that was part of his game. I think that they're really want him to protect himself and not get in those types of situations. But I think Bryce, when he does those things, I think he's been trained very well from high school and whether it's been his coaches or his personal trainers. I mean, these guys get more work than we ever thought about. I mean, coming out. I mean, we didn't have these 7-on-7. We didn't have the quarterback tutors that were with us all throughout the summer. So he's been trained very, very well and keeping his eyes down the field as you said, kind of that imaginary. I mean, I've never thought of it like that, but it's like a dog fence. Like, do not cross this line. Yeah, so you can still, have the ability to throw down the field. But what impresses me the most about him since game one is when he's moving forward or when he's on the run, how quickly he can get the ball out off his wrong or bad foot, like you'd say, off the wrong foot, and how accurate he has been on those throws. To me, that's something that separates him from a lot of quarterbacks.
I don't know if people quite understand, because quarterbacks today make it so easy.
Mm-hmm.
It is so difficult to continue your accuracy as a quarterback when you're moving right, left, up, or back. I mean, it just doesn't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you're standing, you can throw a heck of a lot more accurate.
What do you think about a pitcher trying to pitch to a catcher?
Let me run
around. Yeah.
No, you'd be hitting the mascot.
Right. Exactly.
But and then every once in a while, you'll be watching him and you'll go, wow, this is his first year as a starter.
Mm-hmm.
And they're already talking about him being a Heisman. I mean, aren't they calling this the Heisman quarterback matchup?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the predictions right now, Matt Corral's got a little bit edge on as far as, people, I guess, the odds of him winning the Heisman. So this is a huge matchup for both these guys. And Matt Corral in himself, same kind of player. He can move around, make plays. He can make all the throws. He's been very impressive, and I think he's gotten better as he plays in the system with Lane Kiffin. I think Lane, what happens, I think, with a coordinator, or when we say, hey, coach, really the coordinator, is the more you make calls, it's like anything. It's like you're running an algorithm. The more that you do stuff together, the more you find out what you're good at. And you find out, okay, I could tell that was something. You look at the film, you talk to the quarterback, what are the plays that you like? So then it becomes to where, as a quarterback, you get excited, and as a coordinator, because the play is called, the quarterback's going to be confident about. He's going to love that play. And that just comes through experience. And they've had a lot of experience together. So, now probably, Matt Corral can look to the sideline at Kiffin, give him a signal, or say, I want this. And Kiffin will, dial it up and say, let's go for it. Let's make it happen. So that's the thing that they've got going for them right now over Alabama is just the experience of playing, the amount of games Matt Corral's played compared to what Bryce Young has played, and some other guys on the offensive side of the football that definitely need to continue to work on chemistry, especially the offensive line and controlling the trenches. But Jameson, Williams, Mechie, they've been terrific. Bolden's been great, besides the one drop, which is going to happen. I mean, those type plays just happen. But he's such a great leader inside the locker room. He's talked to every player there. They think Slade Bolden is a key, one of the heartbeats to that team.
I felt so bad when he dropped that pass. I mean, it's just like, I'm so open, I'm up.
Yeah.
And
it's almost like he wasn't expecting it.
But he's but and I'm not putting anything against the other receivers, but he was the last one I thought that would happen to.
Yeah. Because he's that
because
kind of
he's just third
type.
down possession receiver.
Yeah.
And I noted in the game this past Saturday that's what they use him. He caught several passes on third down, and most of them were for first downs. I think they all were. But he's a fun guy to watch, and there's just such a difference athletically between like Williams and Slade and Mechie. And I was writing something about this last night. I still can't believe Williams. How'd they let him go? How did he get out?
Crazy.
How did he get out of Columbus?
Well, and then you got Javon Baker. You got was number 17 during the spring practice. That I can't remember.
I went
Braxton even threw to him once. So they've got a lot of talent behind these guys that are young. That I hope to see. I mean, JoJo Earl, he's going to be really good. I mean, he reminds me a lot. I mean, I've heard different comparisons. I'm not sure if he's quite as big as Waddle. He looks a little bit smaller, but it kind of reminds me of David Palmer a little bit, kind of the way he's shifty, the way he moves and stuff. And it could be a really big threat in the return game if you can get a couple touchdowns out of him, or at least great field position. That can really change not only a game, but also a season. But
don't you feel he's just on the cusp of breaking a punt?
Yeah.
He just looks like he's been an eyelash away, and couldn't happen at a better time for Alabama fans than this weekend.
Defensively, we come back. I want to get into Alabama's defense against this Matt Corral and an offense that Lane Kiffin. He knows a lot about how Coach Saban coaches. They worked a lot together. I mean, they spent a lot of time kind of X's and O's in the chess match and practice and listening and knowing the philosophies of each other. who does that benefit the most? Who's the one that probably will be more, I don't say, well, I'll give the answer away too much. So let's stay with that. We'll come back. We'll talk about that and much more. I want to remind you about Local Realty. Jeremy and Gina Miller, just great family, great people. Can't say enough about them. Go to localrealtyflatfee.com and check it out for yourself. It is a flat fee on the listing, on that listing side, selling your home. They're not just going to save you money. They're going to make you money. It is a $2,900 flat fee for a $500,000 listing. Now, when that happens, you're going to save thousands of dollars. Think about the percentages and what you pay when it comes to selling your home. So on the sell side, you get that flat fee, $2,900 up to a $500,000 listing. They've got a 5-star rating on Zillow with almost 1,000 testimonials. They've been selling homes since number of years, since 2016, over 1,000 homes sold in the Metro Birmingham area and surrounding areas, and they continue to expand all throughout our state. This is a growing company. They want to help you keep the equity that you built up in your home. Some people, it's your biggest investment in life. Why not keep the money for you and your family? And whether it's buying a new house, retirement, education, vacation, Local Realty wants you to have it. So localrealtyflatfee.com for more information. Localrealtyflatfee.com for more information on Local Realty. All right, Matt Coulter, Jay Barker. You're listening to the Jay Barker Show live from AVX. Audio Video Excellence. Continue. Stay with us.
You're listening to the Jay Barker Show live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
1 in 7 men will face prostate cancer. Nearly 500 new cases are diagnosed every day in the U.S. Traditional treatments can cause erectile dysfunction and urinary incontinence. But now there's a new option, high-intensity focused ultrasound, or HIFU.
Men who are really looking for an option that really preserves their urinary and sexual function are great candidates for HIFU treatment.
Preserve your quality of life. Call 866-4-VITURO or visit VituroHealth.com.
Hi, Jay Barker for AVX, Audio Video Excellence. They are the premier provider for custom audio-visual design and installation in the Southeast. AVX seeks excellence in everything it does, including a superior employee experience. AVX offers employees an industry-leading salary, insurance benefits, and 401k options. AVX technicians also receive the highest level of certification and continue training, making it one of the most awarded and decorated companies in the industry. Career opportunities are available now for technicians in Birmingham and Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Join the AVX team by contacting them at avxinc.com.
Following this summer's Tokyo Olympic Games, the eyes of the world will turn to Birmingham, Alabama, and the World Games 2022. Next July, the world will come together for the South's largest international sporting event since the 96th Centennial Olympic Games. 3,600 athletes will compete for gold in 34 sports, including lacrosse, softball, gymnastics, flag football, and more. Tickets are on sale now. Buy yours at twg2022.com.
Hi, it's Jay Barker. I want to tell you about my good friends Craig and Keith at Birmingham Broker. Go online at bhambroker.com. That's bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Got 7 kids, man, and we had to sell a lot of cars. And these guys are looking for a lot of inventory. They helped us with all the hassle. No stress for us. They did the process as far as the sales and everything. Handled it all the way through. White glove type service. You'll love it. Again, it's bhambroker.com. Sell your car through bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Hi, it's Jay Barker for Siebel's in downtown Homewood, and now's the time to get your special place ready. Come in and let Siebel's design your porch with Kingsley Bait outdoor furniture and one of their custom swinging beds. For the great room, you're going to need their Carson swivel recliner. Siebel's is the #1 Carson recliner dealer in the country, and Sarah and I, we've got one, and we absolutely love it. Be sure also to check out their famous custom-made beds and bunk beds, built by Siebel's and made up with some of their best linens in town. Their staff can truly put your bed together like no other store. You can also follow Siebel's and shop on Instagram and Facebook. And be sure to call or go by their special store in downtown Homewood. The number is 800-448-1962. That's 800-448-1962. And just for listening, go to SiebelsCottage.com and order anything you want and type in Jay Barker for a special discount code. That's Jay Barker for a special discount code available only to our listeners for a limited time on the Jay Barker Show. Siebel's in downtown Homewood or online at SiebelsCottage.com.
It's Antonio Langham here to tell you about the easiest way to buy your tickets to your next high school game. Have you ever had to wait in line to buy a high school ticket or stop to get cash on the way to the game? There has to be a better way. There is. It's called GoFan. Check out GoFan.co the next time you need a ticket for a high school game. GoFan is easy, fast, and completely secure. You can buy tickets directly from your phone and just show the ticket at the gate. Download the GoFan app or visit gofan.co now. That's gofan.O.
When you go to turn on the lights, you expect them to work. Our team at Alabama Power does too. But sometimes, extreme weather and events test our system. Knowing we're out there making repairs helps, but answers are what you deserve. So, we're rolling out new tools to keep you informed, especially during storms. Visit Alabama Power's new outage map to see outages in your area and get updates on repair times. And sign up to get personalized outage alerts on your phone or computer for free. Learn more at alabamapower.com/alerts.
We got a little bit in the Mercer game. So I think, we have to have a good plan against it. Everybody's got to execute well. I think Bryce is capable of recognizing it and getting the ball to the right guys. So, it's something that we need to work on this week, and probably didn't work on it as much against Mercer because they hadn't done it that much in the past. So it'll be a real, key for us to be able to do a good job against that type of thing.
All right, welcome back in. And defense. Saban talking about it. What's going to take this weekend for Alabama against Ole Miss? We're going to make a little short segment here, and then we got David Crane from UAB is going to join us coming up at 1:45. Is that right?
I hope
yep.
so.
Yeah.
So we're working on it.
Okay.
Yeah,
maybe said that too early.
And what a great guy, and I really appreciate him do this. It's such a such short notice.
Well, and David was with me at Alabama. I mean, he was Alabama guy, and then left and has been at UAB and become such a real staple for them, and broadcasting and calling the games, and just so beloved by the fans and the administrators and people there.
And it was good that they have somebody to fall in after Gary Sanders. It's hard to replace Gary. I mean, he was there from the very, very beginning. And, of course, before then, he was at Auburn. But they've just done such a solid, good job on baseball, basketball, and football. And I hope he raises his voice a lot in Glee this weekend. All right, I want to ask you a question about, because Alabama's defense, I don't think anybody would argue, is not just a little improved. They're vastly improved from a year ago. What do they have to do to stop? They know Matt's going to throw. They know Kiffin's going to be throwing, and they're going to throw. They'll throw some swings and screens, but they'll throw intermediates, and they'll darn sure try to polish you deep. What does a defense have to do, even though you know what they're going to do? You still got to try and stop them.
The biggest thing is you got to get pressure. Matt Corral can have to sit back there, run around, and make plays. So you got to get pressure, but the pressure's got to come from you got to contain him in the pocket. But you can't give him a lot of room to slip up in the pocket and then break loose. Now, I do think Henry To'oTo'o will be a guy that can really athletically play. And I heard a lot of criticism about him this past weekend and even before that. Talking about, overrunning plays or getting caught up in blocks because he's too shallow, maybe not staying back and letting those double teams happen and then making the play or shooting the wrong gaps. I don't know what, man, I see what they're seeing to some degree. I think too, he's learning, he knows the system because Jeremy did a lot of the same things, but I think learning how to play with those guys up front, learning how to use those guys to, free himself up. But I have seen him, many times on run plays, being a little bit out of position, overrunning certain plays. But in this game, he's the perfect matchup for a team like this. He's a perfect spy guy for a guy like Matt Corral. I've heard some of the fans, I saw some posts saying, hey, they need to put this guy in or what. I'm like, that guy can't keep up with Matt Corral, but Henry can. He can run. Christian Harris can. He can run. You need athletes that can play in space against a team like Ole Miss.
So you get Will to put the pressure,
and
then
Sanders,
and then 10 to run them down.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, You hate to see a guy go down, and Allen did. It happened. But Sanders is, man, that kid can play.
He's a great athlete coming out of Texas, right? And I know Oklahoma had been recruiting him for a while, and I watched his film, and he played every position. It was unbelievable. I mean, he played quarterback, running back, tight end, defense, everywhere.
And Lamont Russell.
Yeah, that's right. Just a great athlete, and he's really gotten better. I mean, he had a huge play down the goal line again against Florida in that 2-point conversion, and that's got to build a lot of confidence for him heading into the rest of these games. But yeah, you hate to lose Allen. Chris is an amazing player. The speed with him and having Will on both sides of the football causes so much stress for offenses. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch coming up. And DJ Dell, the upfront guys, Mathis. I mean, they're gonna have to put pressure and really keep the middle of that defense moving and allowing him not to step up in the pocket, and also allowing him to get outside the pocket. Just kind of let that thing begin to close in on him as the game starts and continues on. And I hope Alabama can go down. If Alabama scores first, I think Lane's going to get in a catch-up mode feeling, and I don't know if that's a good place for them to be. Sometimes I think they take chances.
These games put a lot of pressure on fans because they go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's great for television numbers.
It is.
I know that.
Oh my gosh, there's no doubt about it. It's gonna be a fun afternoon for a lot of folks, and all that's going to be happening with this particular matchup. Trying to reach some there. Small businesses, medium-sized business owners out there. You hear me talk about e-tax breaks. They got additional government stimulus dollars that are available to your business outside of the PPP loan. If you had employees and retained them during COVID-19 pandemic, there's up to $33,000 cash refund and per employee available to you. And no matter if you had a financial loss or gain, for over 23 years, the tax attorneys, CPAs, and e-tax breaks have been identifying tax credits, cash refunds available to businesses through more than 3,000 federal, state programs. These are not loans. They do not have to be paid back. The e-tax breaks team has recovered over $2 billion for their clients to date and also can serve you nationwide. The best part is there's no fee to find out if you qualify. They work off what's called success fees. So there's no financial risk to you ever. You pay nothing unless they find the credits or refunds for your business, and about 90% of small businesses are eligible to take a few minutes and reach out to these guys to see if your business qualifies as well. Go to etaxbreaks.com. That's etaxbreaks.com, or simply give them a call at 855-659-1231. That's 855-659-1231. All right, we got David coming up.
Yes, we do.
David Crane will join us, the voice of the UAB Blazers, as they get ready for a big matchup against Liberty, the first game in Protective Stadium for the UAB Blazers, and it's going to be a fun night. Stay with us. We close out hour number 2.
You're listening to The Jay Barker Show, live from the AVX studios in downtown Birmingham.
The flagship station for Alabama Crimson Tide sports, Tide 100.9, and streaming on the Tide 100.9 app.
Don't miss a play at the Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Your front row seat to all the action. Place bets on all professional and most college sports at the counter, kiosk, or on your phone. Then catch the game on one of our 20 big screens from the comfort of the newly remodeled Timeout Lounge. Plus, the PRR Sports app gives you access to live, in-play sports betting. Sportsbook at Pearl River Resort. Be more than a fan. Be a player. Must be 21.
You know your closet well, but what does it sound like? Yes, your closet. Does it whisper your taste? Does it scream your taste? The new Stitch Fix Freestyle, your personalized store, gets to know your unique style and fit. Its selection transforms to show you only the looks and trends you'll love. With a store that evolves alongside your taste, your closet will scream, so you, without actually screaming. Introducing Stitch Fix Freestyle for women and men, your personalized store. We're so you.
Meet Bob Minetti. In 2016, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Bob participated in a clinical trial that included cutting-edge radiation therapy and surgery. He's been in remission since completion. I'm Keisha Sharp. Since losing my mother to pancreatic cancer, I've been working to share the kind of state-of-the-art work being done by Stand Up to Cancer and Lustgarten Foundation. To learn more about the latest research, including clinical trials, visit pancreaticcancercollective.com.
Exam 4 needs to be sanitized.
Versana's MRI clinic isn't operating at max efficiency. She needs a new certified tech certifiably now.
Someone's waiting in room 2 for an ACL scan. Can you handle that?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Has the pandemic affected your business? Even with more and more customers going online in the past 5 years, online business has grown greatly due to the pandemic. Now more than ever, it's important to have a strong online presence so that customers can find your business and products easily. That's where Townsquare comes in to help. Go to mylocalcustomers.com for a free competitive analysis to see how your business stands up to the competition. And if you're one of the first to sign up, you'll get $500 in free advertising on this radio station. That's mylocalcustomers.com. Townsquare not only can help you find more local customers online, they'll also help you grow your business to a new level. With premium website services that get you new leads every day and no contracts to sign, there's no better time to join. Not only that, Townsquare also has a dedicated marketing specialist who will be with you every step of the way, making changes that will benefit you and especially your business. It's fast, easy, and you can cancel your subscription at any time. So hurry to mylocalcustomers.com and get your $500 in free advertising today.
High prices don't get you a great network. A great network gets you a great network. It's why Total Wireless runs on the largest, most dependable network, now with 5G. And for a limited time, we're doubling your high-speed data on our $35 unlimited plan from 5 gigs to 10. So you can double your binging, your scrolling, your everything. Total Wireless, do amazing. Available at Best Buy. Capable device and SIM required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. Offer ends 12/31/2021. First 10 gigs at high speed, then 2G. Terms and conditions at totalwireless.com/terms.
Tide 100.9 Tuscaloosa weather.
A warm afternoon with a good supply of sunshine. The high 87. Clear tonight, the low 67. Tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny, the high 89. And for Thursday, the chance of a few isolated showers. Most places will stay dry. Otherwise, partly sunny, the high 86. I'm James Spann on the ABC 3340 Weather Center on Tide 100.9. It's 85 degrees in Tuscaloosa.
All right, welcome back in. We close out hour number 2. David Crane joining us now, the play-by-play. He is the voice of the UAB Blazers, and UAB now, big win for them this past weekend over Tulane, 28-21. And, man, it was a shootout there at the end especially. UAB able to hang on to that 28-21 victory. Now a big matchup against Liberty coming up this weekend. And this is going to be a huge thing at Protective Stadium for them as far as opening up the stadium, and something that UAB fans, the coaches, players been dreaming about for a while now. And that dream's going to come true coming up this Saturday night against Liberty again at Protective Stadium, downtown Birmingham. David Crane joins us. David, welcome in. Thanks for joining the show and talking about the UAB Blazers.
Happy to do it, guys. How are y'all doing?
Doing
Great,
well.
thanks.
Great to hear from you and great to talk to you. Tell us about this UAB team. Last week, I know talking with Harrison when he got back and telling me kind of about how the game kind of went, but able to hold on to that 28-21 victory. But Tulane is definitely gave it a fight as they did even out at Oklahoma.
Yeah, they really did, and I think that's exactly what Bill Clark was expecting, and may have been. I think I was. I don't know if the coach was, but pleasantly surprised when UAB jumped out to a 21-0 lead in that game and got off to a really, really solid start and played well both sides of the ball, and had a chance really to go up. I think 24-7, something like that, late in the first half, but missed a field goal, and then Tulane kind of clipped down the field and got a score right before halftime. So you go from 21-0 to 21-14, and Tulane getting the ball to start the second half. So not as comfortable as we were early in the second quarter. Third quarter was just sort of back and forth. Neither team could really get anything going, and then UAB put a great drive together, got a touchdown to go up 28-14. Tulane scores to make it 28-21. They had a great drive going before that, and UAB came up with a big turnover at the goal line, and Tulane drives, scores, gets the onside kick with 2 minutes to go, and the defense had to make one more stop, and they did. So it was hard fought. It was great to be in New Orleans. It was great to see Tulane back at home after all of the things they had gone through. It was their first home game of the season. So it was a good night all the way around, especially for UAB getting out of there with a win. And as you said, coming home, last team, I think, in FBS to play a home game this year. It's been a long time coming, and everybody is just counting the minutes until we can get inside protected stadium.
Yeah, it almost seemed unfair that you have this brand new stadium, you want to show it off, and they make you wait so long to actually play in front of a crowd, and I expect there to be a very, very large one. I want to know how good Liberty is. They won at Troy. I think they opened with a huge win over Campbell. Then they beat Old Dominion and went to Syracuse and lost by a field goal. So there's my question again, David. How good are the Flames?
I think they're pretty good. We know they got a good quarterback. We know they got a good head coach. And you just sort of move on from there. They had a chance, just sort of reading recaps of the game. I did not see the Syracuse game on Friday night, but I think they had it down at the goal line, and Coach Freeze opted to try to get a touchdown on the board later in the fourth quarter. Didn't get it, and then they wind up turning it over on their side of the field very late in the game, and Syracuse able to go down and kick the game-winning field goal as time expired. So I think very easily they could be sitting here 4-0 and maybe in the top 25, but that doesn't take anything away from how good they are and probably better than any of us want them to be for the first game in protected stadium. It sure be nice to have a rummy on Saturday night and know you're going to get out of there with a win. But I think it'll be a great game, and it'll be a wonderful way to open that stadium that everybody's been waiting on for a long time. But I do think this is a very, very good Liberty team.
David Crane, play-by-play for UAB, the voice of the UAB Blazers, joining us here on the Jay Barker Show with Matt Coulter as well. Just tell everybody, just from your perspective, being around the program as long as you have, what Saturday night means to you, to the coaches, the administrators, the players, just how special that moment's going to be when kickoff starts.
It's hard to put into words. It's been, Legion Field, as we all know, at one time truly was the football capital of the South, as the sign said on the front of the upper deck. That was not an exaggeration. It hadn't been that in a long time. But you know what? It was still home for UAB. And, warts and all, it was UAB's home. And under Bill Clark, that meant a lot. And those players and those coaches took pride in defending that home turf. And whether or not you love Legion Field, you hate Legion Field, whatever, that was home. And they played a lot of good football and made some really good memories in that stadium, like so many teams and so many fans before have. So there is that, and there will always be that. But it was too big for UAB. The location was not ideal. I think everybody would agree if you can get an on-campus stadium, that's the way to do it. It's sitting on campus, but it's pretty darn close. So for everyone that has supported UAB, has attended UAB, has followed UAB, worked there, played there, whatever, coached there, called games there. It's a dream, and it really is, and it's beautiful, and they have done everything about as perfect, I think, as you can do something when it comes to putting up a stadium like this. So it will be a dream night, and you hope you can get out of there with a win, but you hope even more than that, I do, in a way, people just have a good time and enjoy it, savor it, and then come back. Don't just come once, but come back and bring friends, because I do think it's going to be a phenomenal venue for watching games, and hopefully that will attract some new UAB fans going forward.
15 seconds. Most important question. How are your broadcast gigs? How are the digs?
Good. I got a window that I can open or shut. And I'm sitting about the 43-yard line. I'm in, there's a cover, so unless it's raining sideways, we're not going to get wet. We've got air conditioning. If it's too hot, we can shut the window and just sit in the nice, cool air. Or if it gets too cold, we can shut the window and turn the heat on. So I'm perfect.
That's perfect. David, great to talk to you, man.
Thanks, David.
And congratulations on what's going to happen on Saturday. And thanks for joining us on this Tuesday edition.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy.
All right, man. Thank
See
you.
you, Dave.
David Crane, one of the best and great guy, voice of the UAB Blazers, joining us as we wrap up hour number 2. All right, thank you for listening in, all of you, whether it's Bamainsider.com, also throughout our network of stations here in the state of Alabama, the Gulf Coast as well. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in tomorrow for our Wednesday edition as well, live from AVX. And Matt, thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
And Josh as well, producer.
Hi, this is Wes McClooney, owner of the New Balance Birmingham store. Achieving your personal best often comes down to how you feel. And when it comes to the right shoes, nothing feels better than New Balance. The fit specialists at the New Balance Birmingham store conduct an in-depth analysis of your foot size, shape, and gait, determining the best New Balance shoes for you. Experience the difference of custom fit today at the New Balance Birmingham store on Highway 280 next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, your feet will thank you.
1 in 7 men will face prostate cancer. Nearly 500 new cases are diagnosed every day in the U.S. Traditional treatments can cause erectile dysfunction and urinary incontinence. But now there's a new option, high-intensity focused ultrasound, or HIFU.
Men who are really looking for an option that really preserves their urinary and sexual function are great candidates for HIFU treatment.
Preserve your quality of life. Call 866-4-VITURO or visit VituroHealth.com.
I'm excited to tell you about our newest sponsor here on the Jay Barker Radio Network. They pioneered the chicken finger box and the chicken finger restaurant. That's Guthrie's. Guthrie's recipes and process are often imitated, but never duplicated. Look, their sauce is probably the most copied sauce of all sauces all time. And I've known this family since my days down in Tuscaloosa, and they came over, and man, I tell you, it's nostalgic even today to see my kids going to that same Guthrie's. And great family, do so much for the community, but more importantly, provide the best when it comes to chicken fingers. Get out to Guthrie's today. I want to tell you about my good friends at Southern Assurance Group. Hi, it's Jay Barker, and look, Ken Needham has done a terrific job. Local company, 205-980-1505 is their number. That's 980-1505. Again, local, you can speak with the same team every time you give them a call. Full line of products from auto, home, boat, life. You'll trust them. They have a great deal as far as the relationships they build with their customers, and 20 years with the same company and industry. Custom approach for your insurance needs. Give them a call, 980-1505. That is Southern Assurance Group.
Hi, it's Jay Barker. I want to tell you about my good friends Craig and Keith at Birmingham Broker. Go online at bhambroker.com. That's bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269. Got 7 kids, man, and we had to sell a lot of cars. And these guys are looking for a lot of inventory. They helped us with all the hassle. No stress for us. They did the process as far as the sales and everything. Handled it all the way through. White glove type service. You'll love it. Again, it's bhambroker.com. Sell your car through bhambroker.com or 205-716-1269.
Whether it's for lunch or dinner, head out to the Cajun Steamer. It's a New Orleans-style joint that serves authentic Cajun and Creole food, cold beer, and great drinks. They are known for their wide array of Cajun classics and original creations prepared in an authentic fashion. This Louisiana kitchen can have you slapping the table for more. Stop by the Cajun Steamer and sign up for your Alabama, LSU, or Auburn fan card. Eat with the Cajun Steamer while your team is on TV and use your fan card to receive a 15% discount on your entire meal. With locations in Hoover, Trustful, Huntsville, and Franklin, Tennessee, they've got you covered. Head out today to the Cajun Steamer.
It's Antonio Langham here to tell you about the easiest way to buy your tickets to your next high school game. Have you ever had to wait in line to buy a high school ticket or stop to get cash on the way to the game? There has to be a better way. There is. It's called GoFan. Check out GoFan.co the next time you need a ticket for a high school game. GoFan is easy, fast, and completely secure. You can buy tickets directly from your phone and just show the ticket at the gate. Download the GoFan app or visit GoFan.co now. That's GoFan.O.
Following this summer's Tokyo Olympic Games, the eyes of the world will turn to Birmingham, Alabama, and the World Games 2022. Next July, the world will come together for the South's largest international sporting event since the '96 Centennial Olympic